Welcome to the virtual ROC workshop series, module number 6. My name is Laura Dubin, and I'm a technical assistance provider with RCAC. I'm joined today by my two co-facilitators.
I'm Nick Dorr with Opportunity Link Incorporated in Havre, Montana.
I'm Madison Wilhite with the Native American Development Corporation in Billings, Montana.
We would like to take a moment to acknowledge our funder. The virtual ROC workshop series was developed and is being facilitated by RCAC and its local partners thanks to generous funding from the U.S. Department of Commerce Minority Business Development Agency. In the last module, we discussed how to evaluate, edit, and adapt our value chain. You have now reached the action planning stage of the roadmap. This is the final module in the virtual ROC workshop series. The learning objectives for this module are to develop plans that translate visions into action. One of the main goals of the ROC workshops is to move an idea from concept to implementation. So this module will walk through how to do that, and to pinpoint strategies for ongoing engagement. This module will use the following handouts: a copy of the PowerPoint slides with a space for notes, and the action planning activity handout.
Action planning is more than just lights, camera, action. You purposefully set goals and outline the steps and milestones needed to achieve your goals. As you can see in this visual, a goal may have several milestones and multiple action steps. They feed into each other to support the overarching goal. We will walk through these in the following slides. A goal is something you want to achieve. Here are some goals that might come out of a ROC workshop. For example, to establish a cooperative farm, increase tourism, or start a childcare facility. One way to improve these goals is to turn them into SMART goals. SMART goals are goals that are specific. They're measurable, meaning they include a quantity. They're attainable. Is this something that you can realistically achieve? They're results-oriented. Will completing this get you where you want to go? And these goals are time-bound, meaning they include a time frame. One of the goals we've been looking at is establishing a cooperative farm. You can turn this into a SMART goal by adding a time frame. For example, establish a cooperative farm within a year. Another example of a community goal might be to increase tourism. This can be turned into a SMART goal by adding more specific and measurable details. For example, you may want to increase overnight stays at hotels in your community by 15% during the summer of 2021. A third example of a goal might be to establish a new childcare facility. Again, to make this a SMART goal, we need to add more details. We might start by identifying a building within the next 3 months that could house the new daycare for low-income families in the community.
Now let's talk about milestones. Milestones are the actions needed to achieve your goals. You can think of them as the small goals to help you get to the big ones. The idea is to provide continuous achievements to help fuel you towards success and keep you motivated. They should also be SMART. Action steps are the specific tasks or actions you need to take to reach your milestones. Again, try to use the SMART guidelines as you develop action steps. We will continue building out the same examples that Madison started the demonstration with. For the cooperative farm example, we have the goal of establishing the farm. A milestone to support this goal could be to develop and submit governing documents to the tribe and Secretary of State for approval within the next 3 months. Note the use of a specific time frame and the people involved. So what are action steps that could support the milestone? Here are 2 examples of steps that need to happen in order for you to reach the milestone. Identify 2 other people to serve on the board of directors within the next 6 weeks. and hold a board meeting to develop draft governing documents within the next 8 weeks. The community coordinator can help review them. You'll note that we specifically included the community coordinator in this example because they are a resource available to help you move your value chains forward. For this next example, we have the goal of increasing overnight stays at hotels in a community by 15% during the summer of 2021. The milestones to support this goal could be to create a community advertising campaign in partnership with the Department of Tourism by December of 2020. The action steps to support the milestone could be, over the next month, develop a written marketing plan to help increase overnight stays at hotels, and to connect with Ms. Smith at the Department of Tourism this month to discuss advertising grants that may be available in my community. And finally, for our last example, the goal is to identify a building for daycare facilities. The milestone could be to tour available properties each week. The action step to reach that milestone could be to contact and meet with a local realtor to discuss the type of facility needed for the new daycare and to begin setting up property tours. Let's wrap things up now with a few brief recommendations on how to keep the momentum. How do you keep moving your value chain forward? If you don't have a value chain idea or project yet, take this time to reflect on the tools and information you've learned about your community. Sit with what you've uncovered and consider, what are the problems that need to be solved in your community? What are the underutilized assets? What is the local demand? If you already have a value chain idea or are working in a value chain group, then use the tools. Work through them and apply them to your specific value chain. Don't be afraid to circle back and use the tools multiple times to help you gather the information that you need. Set ongoing meetings with your partners, such as the leaders, owners, or coordinators, and be sure to never leave a meeting without having the next one scheduled.
The activity for Module 6 is to use the Action Planning Activity handout to develop an action plan for your value chain idea, or come up with one additional goal, milestone, and action step for the community scenario. Congratulations, you've completed the last pre-recorded module. Thank you for your participation. Don't forget to join our online interactive session number 6, where we will discuss your action plan and provide each of you a certificate of completion. This is not really the end, but rather the start of turning your idea into a reality. Now you're ready to recharge your community.